All right, on eBay, who do you think I sold this time? Let's see. If you guessed Benny again, that's correct. That's now, like, it literally, every time I relist him, he sells within, like, a couple days. I don't know why. It's the 12th one sold now, and I've got about 20 to 30 more, so I'll have to relist him in a little bit. Yogurt time. So I've now relisted Benny again for the 13th time, so I raised the price by 50 cents more, and see if he sells again. I've decided that I am going to just not list anything for the rest of the year. It is now 8:31 p.m. So it's only like a couple hours or 3.5 hours or so till next year. So I'll just take a bit of a break. I'll start syncing up the stores early and everything like that. I relisted the Benny minifigure, so that's all good now. This here is a sneak peek. You'll either never see this, what this is used for, or you won't see what it's used for a long time. So I'm just going to leave this here just to confuse people, but it's actually going to get used for something for Lego related, so that's interesting. So yeah, just rebuilt that, rebuilt the one other thing here, sold 3 swords for $3 on eBay, so I relisted that in dark gray and stuff like that. So then I'll start syncing up the stores now. Well, it's that time of month again, and let's see if I can find it. Can't remember if it's this side or this side. But my hot water bottle is broken again. Oh yeah, it's on this side here. You can partially see a little bit of water on the end there. So this thing lasted me, well, I got it the first Saturday of December, and it's now the January 1st or January 2nd now, I can't remember. Yeah, this thing was supposed to be an unburstable hot water bottle. The funny thing is, I don't even keep it in my bed when I sleep. Just before I go to sleep, once it's warmed up my bed, I just put it on the floor. So it's not like I'm kicking it around or anything like that. And it still broke. Like, it literally only lasted a couple weeks. And so now I'm on to my next hot water bottle. This one here, I think it broke last night because I did feel a little bit of water. So then that one also broke last year, if it's the first today, I can't remember. So that means I went through, is it 5 hot water bottles last year? So I'm on to this other one, which I was using before I got this one, and it didn't burst yet. So we're going to use this one and see how long this one lasts. But yeah, I also completely forgot that mine wasn't the only one that exploded. Just a couple. Well, I mean, mine didn't explode this time. It's gone pretty bad in the past. But prior, just a couple weeks ago, my sister's hot water bottle also got destroyed. That she got for Santa Claus. So we both got our hot water bottles on the same day. They were different companies from different stores, and everything like that. Hers leaked or exploded or whatever a couple weeks ago, and mine just the other day. So our family does not do well with hot water bottles. So then I just looked, and the Amazon stuff does not seem like it is coming today. It is now, it went from its BC warehouse and was there for like since Friday. And then this morning, it was transferred from one BC warehouse to another BC warehouse. So it's still in British Columbia. So that's interesting. And and now it's at the Amazon departure facility or something like that. So hopefully that means it'll arrive sooner than later. Might still arrive Thursday, like they said, but in the past I've had more experiences of it arriving sooner. So we'll still have to see for that. But it doesn't seem like that will arrive today. So then I can't list that. This stuff here is still in progress, so I can't work on any of this stuff here. And so yeah, then I'll have to decide which one to list. There's so many different options, and I honestly don't know which one to do. And yeah, the computer, like, you can still see the scroll bar here. It will not load. I tried scrolling down to respond to an email, and it will not scroll down the last little bit. It won't scroll up, it won't scroll down, nothing. It's just completely frozen. It just won't load. It is so irritating when you can't do the most simple functions on a computer. It's just crazy. And I've now somehow completely broken my browser. I don't want to show anything in the email or anything like that, but it's just like a quarter of the browser size. Like, you can see there's not even an X on the top right corner. It's just broken. Like, why can't it ever function normally? And then literally less than a few seconds later, it works completely fine. Not a single error, no lag. I can type in anything, press search, and it'll immediately search it. And then I can click on anything, and it works completely fine now. So, I mean, it's a little bit slow, but it goes from completely broken to working like normal. I don't get it. It's just so weird, and it's not consistent. Sometimes it'll be 3 days without any lag, then it'll be for like 20 minutes. It can't work no matter what. I was literally about to just manually turn the power off on my computer and then turn it back on to try and get it to work, but then it just started working. It's so confusing. Yogurt time. Okay, well, at this point, I'm just going to go right now on camera. Well, now the audio is playing again, but I'm just going to turn off my computer because it just keeps on freezing. It refuses to load anything, and I don't think the power button, if I did it manually, would let anything go. No, I think I've heard it's bad to just turn the computer off directly, or maybe it's bad if I just unplug it or something like that. But it would take me like 10 to 15 minutes to close it normally or turn it off normally or whatever. So yeah, I just turn it off. So then I'll leave it for a few seconds. It's been like 10, 15 seconds now. So then I'll just turn that back on and then see if I can finally get it to work at least somewhat normally. And start working on some of these pins. So I'll probably first just, check the pins for damage, and then after that separate between the light gray and light bluish gray. Probably can't see much on camera, but there's quite a few of both colors in these containers. It's easier to see under the light, but not sure how well the camera will pick it up, but you can actually see the difference decently well. Like there's light gray, light bluish gray, light bluish gray, and everything like that. So I'll have to separate all that stuff, but I'll do that later. And then I just grabbed these two containers here to work on. These pins here used to be decently valuable, but they were re-released, so these things aren't worth more than like 20-30 cents a piece, as opposed to like the $5 they were worth each a while ago. So then I'll just put that there. I grabbed some empty containers because I might need some of them with those ones. So yeah, then I should probably also try and just finish the last of these 5mm or 6mm bar things and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll just try to make some progress here today then, once this thing eventually loads, hopefully one day. Well, now my computer says updates are underway. So, like, I mean, I never pressed update. I just turned the computer off and back on. So, like, why does this exist and is always happening? I just finished with the pins now, and these things here, a lot of them are in just horrible condition, but I think I was just being a bit picky since I just was taking longer to go through them and stuff like that. So these ones were good. These ones are that quality. And so now, okay, that was the right container. For a second I was worried I got the wrong container. So now I'm going to separate between the light gray and the light bluish gray. Oh yeah, and a lot of the pins were thrown out because of that weird variation between the light gray and light bluish gray that was an issue a while ago. It seems like a decent amount of the pins were in that color issue, so those ones just ended up in there as well, since they're only like 2-cent pins or something like that. So now I'll separate between light gray and light bluish gray and then list them. So I've been working throughout most of the day on listing pins. I managed to list all of these in light gray and light bluish gray. I can't remember where oh yeah, the light gray ended up in that drawer. Then I ended up listing all of the half pins in blue. There was like 1,800 of these or something like that. And then there's 150 of them in light bluish gray, and then I listed them in light gray and white as well. And then from those ones there was a decent amount of them that were garbage, as was with the other light bluish gray pins. A lot of these are just the weird in-between color, and since they're such low value and people literally wouldn't buy this as filler, they're in the garbage. And then there's 2 white pins that I did end up throwing in here, because the one had a whole bunch of red marker on the inside and the other had some red marker on the ring on the outside, so it just wasn't worth it. So those are now out of circulation, better for everyone. And so now, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I should probably, focus on pulling some orders now. And then I was looking at the Amazon tracking, and, although it took, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It took 4 days to go from one warehouse in BC to another warehouse in BC. It's already gone from the BC warehouse all the way to the Ontario warehouse. So that's interesting. So that means it might arrive tomorrow if I'm lucky, and then I'll be able to show what that part out will be. I'll probably do a separate video on that if I remember, because I might honestly just completely forget and stuff like that. So yeah, then we'll see on that. Let me actually just get the tracking up on that. I don't want to show any information, so I'll just put this down here for a second. All right, let me actually scroll down a little bit further. All right, ignore that. Okay, so then as you can see, it is right up there. It's now in Ontario, so that's interesting. And so yeah, then hopefully that'll arrive sooner than later. And but in the meantime, I can start pulling some orders. So then I decided to put these pins here, and then next, if once I finish pulling the orders, I should have some time, then I'll try to work on some of these pins. And I'm actually making surprisingly decent progress on pins. I never thought that I would somehow find the mental willpower to list all the pins first and stuff like that. But then looking at what's left, it looks like I've only got one type of pin left. I mean, I've got a couple of the older ones here that I have to list as well, but only one major category of pins left. These are axles, not technically pins. And these ones here are double pins, just not a standard pin in the super low quantity. That'd be easy to list. But I'm surprised that I've actually been able to get most of them listed now, looking at everything here. So yeah, the next biggest step after the pins there will probably be the grills over there, because those will take a little while, because those can't be stacked, and those Technic parts over there could take a little while. The plate modified ones, those ones are just, I think, my least favorite to list, even though they can be stacked. I don't know why, they just don't seem like that much fun. I am not looking forward to the 1x1 clips though, so that's going to be good fun. But everything else, it's not too bad. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to stack these though, but it's lower quantity and stuff like that, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But once I do the part out in a couple days, I'm probably going to have to move everything from this table, possibly my scale, I haven't decided yet, and just clear things up on that table as well a little bit, so that I have room for the part out, because it's like it's not that many pieces. It's only like 20,000 pieces or so. But it is like 40, somewhere between 40 to 50 sets. I think it's closer to the 40 mark, maybe a little bit below, I can't remember. So then all of those bags will probably end up being put over here, a few on the counter and stuff like that. But this here's not too big of a backlog, considering that all the Technic were sorted and are now placed there and there. So we still have all of the 2x and bigger bricks over here, but one entire 80-liter tote is done, and the second 80-liter tote is over halfway done, and overall very good progress. There's a lot of 2x2 bricks. I know that some people probably use this much just for one mulch, just to like make a mountain or something like that. So yeah, I've got this one here. Is this metallic gold or pro? No, that's pro gold. I don't think that's made of metallic gold for 2x2s. I know it is for 2x4s, but who knows on that. But yeah, then the 2x2 brick container is getting a bit full. We've already filled up the 2x4 brick container once so far. And so yeah, and there's a whole bunch of these things that are there as well, because I put those in the same one here for sorting. Then got a little bit of Duplo mixed in with everything else. But then over here, we've got one container already filled of the 2x4 bricks. I don't know if I showed this already, but yeah, then a lot of these bricks here will probably end up getting sold as filler and stuff like that. I just finished listing the last of the 2L axles. If I remember correctly, there's about 1,500 of them in red, and like 350 or so of them in black, and only a couple in white. I can't remember where those went. I thought they were in one of these containers here, but who knows. So that can go on the side over there now, and let's put some containers away, but that is done. And so overall, pretty decent progress today with all of the different axles and pins I was able to get listed. This recent tracking update is giving me hope that it might just arrive tomorrow, because it's now left the Mount Hope facility, so that might mean that by later, well, it's almost the 3rd now, so when it's the 3rd tomorrow, it should hopefully arrive relatively soon in the day at the local facility, because I'm pretty sure Mount Hope is many hours away, probably at least 3 or so hours away. And so hopefully I'll get to a closer facility and then be out for delivery tomorrow sometime. So hopefully tomorrow, that means I'll be able to start parting out some sets. Then looking at the tracking for the packages I'm expecting from Amazon, I'm not sure if I saw it correctly, but I think they are in 2 different boxes, although the tracking was identical and the tracking number is the same. But one of them is now in Brampton, but the other one's still on its way to Brampton. So I'm not sure if they just didn't scan them properly or who knows, but they might arrive today, but at this rate, I'm probably not going to be able to get them until tomorrow. Time. Just sold a Lego set. You might I don't know if it, yeah, I think it was here in some of the early vlogs. You might have seen it sitting here. It was brought upstairs eventually once I had room in the eBay room for it. But this here, I'll open it up before I ship it out just to double check that it is the right one. But this here is a, I can't show the other side because there's the old shipping label on it. It is a Lego set that is a Ninjago land bounty, I think. Sold it a long time ago on eBay, but then the person said that it was like their kid ordered it or something like that. So after I printed the label and everything like that, I had to go ahead and cancel the shipping label, cancel the order, refund them and everything like that. Then it was relisted, and so now it's sold again. And this one is going to a repeat buyer, so hopefully they won't cancel it. And then it is $265-ish for the set with $50 on shipping and stuff like that. And so yeah, it's flat rate shipping is what I use for stuff like this. The first time I shipped it out, I think I ended up paying like 60 or 65 bucks on the label. And then this time it's going a bit closer, so I might end up paying about 40 or so bucks on shipping, maybe a little bit less if I'm lucky or so. But that's why I flat rate shipping, because it evens out and stuff like that. So this one I might make 5-10 bucks on shipping, but then I've shipped out plenty that I've lost 10-20 bucks on shipping. So it works out in the end. And because of the method that I use, it's just simpler than putting in the dimensions, because then it charges the wrong rate every time and stuff like that. So the flat rate just works best. So I've got that done now. I just had one more order come in on Brickowl, so I'll pick that up real quick. And I'm just hoping that the Amazon stuff will decide to show up today, although I do think it is unlikely for that. But we'll see how much we can get done today then. So then it was this set right here. You might not be able to see it too well, but you can see a couple of the minifigures there. It is looking like it is the Land Bounty from Ninjago. You can see the set number right there. It's 70677. So this is still packed up from the last time. So then this one can get shipped out again. Well, the other package has now arrived at the Brampton warehouse as well. So maybe if I'm lucky, it'll be shipped out today or out for delivery today. Because sometimes we get packages at like 9 p.m. and stuff like that. So it's definitely possible, because that's within Brampton. I don't know how big Brampton is, but even by driving, it shouldn't be more than like a 15-minute or like 30-minute hour-long drive. I don't know how big Brampton is. But if not today, then hopefully tomorrow. It's currently still the night before when I normally edit the vlog, but since I am expecting a larger part out tomorrow, hopefully, and I'm hoping that Amazon delivers earlier in the morning, since it's already at the local warehouse, so it might hit an early truck out for delivery, and then I might be able to start parting out the sets earlier in the day. I'm going to end the vlog here and start editing the vlog tonight. I don't think I'll upload it to YouTube tonight. I might just be able to get it already uploaded on YouTube and then make it public tomorrow. But thank you for watching the vlog. If you got this far, the next vlog should be out on Saturday. Because today, yeah, I think today is a Wednesday, so Saturday. Oh wait, no, today's a Tuesday. So something like that. So thanks for watching. If you got this far, the next vlog should be out on Saturday.